When I was a child, we didn't have Netflix. We didn't have streaming or DVDs. We didn't even have VHS or even Beta. What we did have was our grandparents' house. We would all come together and go down into Grandpa's basement because he had something very special down there. He had an old movie projector and a collection of 16-millimeter reel-to-reel films which could be projected onto his basement wall. Every time we gathered together, Grandpa would ask us, "Now which movie do you want to see first?" The answer was always the same. All together we would cry out, "Mickey and the Giant!" It was an old Disney film from the 1930s. In this film, little Mickey Mouse, tiny as he was, received the task of overcoming a huge giant who was terrorizing the town. We loved that because we too were little fellows, just like Mickey. Mickey was so tiny that he went into the cigar of the giant. He even went into the giant's mouth and got swallowed. He had many such adventures because of his tiny size. Finally, he got up onto the shoulders of the giant. The giant kept swatting at him like a pesky mosquito, but could not get rid of him because he was so small. Little Mickey took out his needle and thread and sewed the giant's hands into his clothing, and so he was able to overcome the giant. Mickey was able to overcome the giant precisely because of his littleness. Embrace your littleness. It can be a wonderful gift, and we are able to do some things precisely because of the gift of littleness. A modern Turkish writer by the name of Mehmet Murat İldan writes, "Big rocks are envious of little sands because the little sands are able to travel with the winds. Every littleness has its own big advantages." There was once another little person named Zacchaeus. He wanted to see this man named Jesus who was coming through his town. But being short, he couldn't see him because of the crowd towering over him. He knew he was little, so he climbed a tree. And from the heights of that tree, Zacchaeus was able to attain a height that none of those big people had been able to attain. That moment changed his life forever, all because he embraced his littleness. All of us fall short sometimes. Even if we are over 6 feet tall, we still fall short. Sometimes we fall short in our budget. We don't have enough money. Sometimes we fall short in academics. We aren't doing as well in school as we thought we might. Sometimes maybe we fall short in our obligations. And sometimes we fall short in our spiritual life. All of us fall short. All of us are among those little people, no matter our height. I remember a touching incident from the early months of Pope Francis. The Holy Father was on the stage delivering a speech when, without warning, a little 6-year-old boy climbed up onto the stage, ran up to the Pope, and hugged him around his knees. Francis patted him on his head, but the little boy didn't go away. He just stayed up there on the stage, sharing the stage with the Pope. When the speech got too long and boring for him, the boy went and sat on the Pope's chair. The two of them shared the stage, Pope Francis and the unknown little boy. That boy was able to mount the stage precisely because of his littleness. Had you or I tried to do the same thing, The Vatican security guards would have been right on top of us, would have hauled us away and probably arrested us. But because of this boy's littleness, he was able to do something we could not. St. Teresa, the little flower, tells us, "Love your littleness." Do we love and embrace our own littleness? Zacchaeus was able to get to the top of the tree because he was little. Had he been bigger, he never would have thought of climbing the tree, nor would he have been able to. He would have had to be satisfied with his own height and would never have attained the much greater height of the tree. But Zacchaeus recognized his littleness, embraced it, and sought the nearest tree. We too feel inadequate much of the time, and we are by ourselves. Our littleness is a gift that allows us to attain new heights. Let us dare to use our littleness, and with Mickey, overcome the giant. With the little grain of sand, travel with the wind. With the little boy, dare to mount the stage. With Zacchaeus, dare to climb that tree. Let us embrace our littleness, that greatness may embrace us, lift us up to better see, hold us up to truly be.